a 1-year update and if it was worth it or not. I was making pretty good money. I just kind of wanted more. Hey guys, so welcome to my channel. I just kind of wanted to give a 1-year update on my move from my hometown. So if you guys don't know, some of you guys know, some of you guys don't, I am originally from Los Angeles, California, and I moved to Houston exactly 1 year ago. So I'm here to tell you a 1-year update and if it was worth it or not. Little bit of backstory: I grew up in Los Angeles, California. I am 28 years old. So I didn't move out of my hometown until I was 27. So imagine living in your hometown for 27 years, not leaving maybe out of a 20-30 mile radius. Really think about that and imagine doing that your entire life. But so I started my car rental business in LA. I lost my job in 2020. I moved to Houston in about September, November of 2022. So in between time, I was working on myself, becoming an entrepreneur, and I was able to get on my feet. I got my own place in LA. I was living by myself, and if you're from LA, you know that that's really an accomplishment because LA rent is ridiculous. So I was living by myself. I had a 7-car fleet. I was making pretty good money, and I just kind of wanted more. Like, I knew I wanted more. And the thing about your hometown is usually the place where you've experienced all your traumas, where all kind of like your bad habit, where you picked up all your bad habits, where you're probably hanging out with people that you shouldn't actually really be hanging out with because maybe you grew up with them and you feel some obligation to be with them or around them. So when I moved out of my hometown, I was forced to leave behind not only people who didn't belong in my life, but bad habits. So one bad habit that I really had was smoking weed. In LA, there's like dispensaries on every single corner and everybody does it. So once I moved to Texas, there's no dispensaries in Texas. I didn't know anyone in Texas. So I literally cut myself off of weed by doing that, which only benefited me. Another thing is it forced me to be away from certain people that I really shouldn't have been around, that was affecting my mental health and my growth. And by moving to Texas, I was forced to cut them off. So, or loving people from a distance, right? And that can be some friends, family members. It could be whoever is causing you mental stress. So those were some of the benefits of moving. It was like, sometimes it's easier said than done, but forcing myself out of the environment to where I could no longer participate in those bad habits or be around those people was a game changer. Because even if I wanted to, it's like, okay, well, it's kind of, I have to go on a mission to find weed in Texas versus in LA. I could just go around the corner to a dispensary and get it, or call someone in 2 seconds. The people who weren't so good for me, I mean, I'm all the way across, I'm like 5 states away, you know, like you can't just pull up on me, I can't pull up on you. So, you know, it benefited me in that way, as far as I no longer had contact with bad habits or individuals who were serving me no good. So that was the main reason for leaving LA. It was mainly because I wanted to grow, and I knew in order to grow, I have to separate to elevate. Another thing is, LA is a very, very high cost of living, from rent to gas. Everything is just so expensive, right? So when I moved to Houston, I literally cut all my expenses damn near in half. So paying rent is a lot cheaper, and I get to I guess live better. You know, I pay cheaper rent, but the apartments that I'm living in, or the places that I'm living in, are much better than what I was living in before. gas is cheaper, everything is just cheaper. So now I have more money to reinvest into my business rather than just going to simply living. So that's why I've been able to double my income, is because now I have a lot more money to reinvest into myself and in my business rather than just using it to survive. So that was another main reason why I left. So it ended up being one of the best decisions of my life. And I just want to say that before I actually moved, I cried multiple nights. I was like, I don't know if I want to do this. I don't know if I could do this. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know anything. But everything in me was telling me to do it. So I just say that to say that, one, follow your gut. If you really feel like you want to move, do it. It doesn't matter what anyone else thinks or what anyone else thinks you should do. At the end of the day, it's your life and you need to make that decision for yourself. It's okay to ask for advice from others, but at the end of the day, that's all it is advice and opinion. At the end of the day, what really matters is how you feel and what you want to do for yourself and what's best for your own life. So I do encourage anyone watching this who is even thinking about moving out of their hometown or wants to, please do it. Because imagine just being in the same place your whole life. You don't know what's out there for you. Ever since I moved to Houston, like I said, I doubled my income. I've met some amazing people. I'm on a podcast that I would probably never be on if I never moved to Houston. I've just gotten so much more exposure, made so much more money. And it was one of the best decisions I made. It's been 1 year and I finally have set a solid foundation for myself in Houston to continue to grow and succeed. And I couldn't have done it without the help of a couple people. Shout out to BR, the CEO. When I came out here, I only came with 2 vehicles. So I got rid of most of my vehicles and I only came with 2. But BR already had an established rental car business out here in Houston. He already had clients. So I just pretty much added my cars to his fleet, which allowed me to have some sort of income when I came here. Then I jumped into Airbnb, which was another form of income I made for myself when I jumped out here. Along with my online business, I was able to survive and make it in a whole other state. So I just say that to say, have a plan. So I did have somewhat of a plan. I knew that I wanted to come out here, get into Airbnb, which was going to generate me income. I knew that, I could rent out my vehicles. I came with 2 cars. And I did have money coming in from my online business. So, it wasn't, it was a plan. And I was able to make it work with that plan. I also had a couple months of savings, which also helped me. So those are just a couple tips for you guys. 1, have a plan. Please have a plan, whether that's a job waiting for you, or your business makes enough money to where you are able to move. You have a couple months saved up. Definitely do your research. Before I came to Houston, I flew here maybe a couple times to kind of check out the area and kind of see if I like it or not. So definitely do your research, and if everything in you is telling you to move, or if you should move, like I said, if you're in an environment that is keeping you at a certain level, you have to leave. Even if that means moving to another state. Like I said, once I moved, I no longer had access to those certain bad habits. I didn't have, I was no longer around certain individuals that were stunting my growth or stopping me from growing. I just moved, and it was the best thing ever. I didn't really even tell anybody that I was moving besides my family. I just left because I wanted more for myself. And it was the best decision that I could have made for myself. And I encourage you to do the same for yourself. So that's just my little 1 year update as far as moving out of my hometown. It was one of the best decisions that I made. And I officially feel like I have a solid foundation in a whole other state where I can build on and grow. I don't know. At this point, I feel like a Houstonian. I know I've only been here a year, but this is my home now. And it's crazy to think about that, because I really thought I was going to live and die in LA. At one point, you couldn't convince me to move out of my hometown. But when you are looking to grow and you want bigger and better for yourself, you have to understand that there are certain sacrifices you have to make in order to obtain that. And one of those sacrifices that I made was leaving my family behind, coming to a new state, not knowing what's going to happen. I didn't know what was going to happen, but at the same time, I truly believed that it was going to work. So it's okay to be fearful. It's completely normal to be fearful. It's completely normal to have anxiety about something or be nervous about something. But you should also, at the same time, 100% believe that you can do it. And some of the hardest decisions you make for yourself are actually the best decisions that you make for yourself. And I just say that to say that the decisions you make aren't always going to be easy. They're going to be difficult decisions to make, but that doesn't make it the wrong decision. So just think about that. So just make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you would like more videos. And also follow me on Instagram at MISSS, that's 3 S's, .Miss Turner. And then yeah, so I hope to see you in the next video. And like I said, do what's best for you, follow your gut, and have a plan. And I promise you it'll work out. Bye.